was a cruncher, and somebody caught that in the face, that shoulder from Meninga as he drove the ball in.
Oh, this really was an impact thing there. Looks like Devereux to me, that caught it fair and square, right on the chin. Oh, and a swinging arm has caught Moriarty. He's down. He caught a swinging arm from one of his own players. We've got Devereux down, we've got Moriarty down. Wales are down to 11 men and under a lot of pressure now.
And Ford did well then. He used the conditions perfectly. He slid in, and Ford and Wishart eyeballing each other. I don't think Ford particularly liked the challenge, but it was perfectly legal. But Ford used the, and look at the state of John Devereux. I was going to say Ford used the conditions here at Ninian Park to perfection.
Doesn't look well. Blood bin for David Young, but the big shoulder of Mal Meninga. That's the result.
Yes. Wishart was high from Hadley.
Certainly was. Swinging right arm right over the top. Wishart felt it. Plunk. Oh, that's a bad one.
Langa, the touch judge is on the far side. It's another high tackle, I think, on Langa.
I think it was Hadley again. But Ford, he cocked the gun and didn't swing it. He thought about it. It's Hadley again. Well, a few seconds ago, we've just seen the referee, John Connolly, point to his pocket and say, if you do it again, well, first opportunity he has. Oh.
Walters again, Langa drops it. That will be a knock-on. And the tragic news from the dressing room is reaching us that John Devereux has a suspected fractured jaw. Meanwhile, there's an almighty fight in the middle of the field. This has been brewing and blowing since Devereux left, and there are fights all over the place. Well, this is quite disgraceful.
You could sense it. The feeling was running high. It was going to be on. There was players doing cheap shots in the background. It was only a matter of time. And I tell you what, the referee, John Connolly, has made a big mistake. Sending off one man. Two tackles on the trot by Hadley. They were pretty bad, and I don't think the Aussies liked it. A lot of eyeball between these two sides, and it blew up. They lost the ball there.
There was a use of an elbow or something on Ellis, I think, by Sirenen, and then Ellis got stuck into each other.
Sirenen used the elbow once, didn't connect, and then went in again, and it just all exploded. Somewhere in the background, Phil Ford is running around trying to find someone to hit. They're going berserk. This is disgraceful. Professional football, disgrace.
Anger the dummy.
His turn to just have a touch of that ball. All the forwards will want to get a hold of it in these early stages. And offside. Oh, and there's trouble already. We don't want this in this game. I know that passions are high, but really, this is a disciplined game. It's a disciplined 80 minutes that both sides should be showing.
Part of the game here, Bobby Golding continued with the tackle after the referee had blown the whistle. And I think Dean Page just put a little forearm into his face, and Bobby took exception to that.
Yeah, you don't do this at the start of the game. It's bad play from both teams, actually. They're all excited, the nerves are up, but that's not the way to play a game of rugby. Down the best after this will probably be the team that can go on and maybe capitalise on this early in the game.
Great Britain have been penned in this half, Steve. They just don't seem to be able to get out.
They can't, because when they've had the ball, they've made too many mistakes. Like when Gary's going to a fail-to-find touch, it's on again.
And once again, this high tackling leading to scenes like this, scenes that don't do any good for the game. The touch judge is in there, Mr. Ward, Mr. Duckworth, doing the best to separate these big players, and McDermott having to be restrained by Steadman.
Bradley Clyde went into the tackle. It was high. And then Walters took exception to it and followed in.
Yep, that's another high tackle again from from Barry McDermott, and the Australians naturally incensed by that sort of behaviour. But again, we see Dean Pay there putting a punch or two in. Again, there's no need for players to join action like this.
It was bad from Barry McDermott and the high tackle, but there's no need for to retaliate like Steve Walters there. You don't have to do that. The referee will sort out who he's going to penalise, who he's not. I think, yeah, there's some sin bins now, and it's about time.
And McDermott, well, it looks to be sin bin. No card, red or yellow, has gone up in the air, but referee Annesley put both hands in the air, so McDermott, within seconds of coming on, leaves the field in disgrace.